Hi cuties! Sorry if you can hear the fan. It's very hot right now. I'm not even gonna make any excuses. I bought a lot of books, okay? However, I will say that a lot of these books were purchased from local bookstores. So if you guys don't already know, because of coronavirus, a lot of local businesses are being hurt bad by this. And I really wanted to support a lot of my local independent bookstores, so I bought quite a few books from places like Book Bar, which is here in Arvada, or on the cusp of Arvada, Denver. It's on Tennyson Street. Go to Tennyson Street and you'll find Book Bar. It's amazing. Also Townie Books, which is in Crested Butte, which is a beloved bookstore by my sister and her husband. There's just a bunch of bookstores that you guys can be purchasing from instead of big business like Amazon. Amazon will be fine. I know that you get some good discounts, but if you can, go shop at your local stores online. They also, a lot of them will do, you know, phone call-ins and curbside pickup and stuff. So try to support them as best that you can. Let's do what we've all been waiting for though. Let's do the Owl Crate. It actually came out a little later, again, because of Corona, but it just arrived today, just in time for me to film this video, so fantastic. The theme of this month was like full moon magic, I believe. I placed a bet in my last haul video that I think the book that they have chosen is Bone Crier's Moon, and I've actually already forgotten who wrote it, but Bone Crier's Moon is the title, and I think that's what we're getting. Unconfirmed though, because we haven't opened the box yet. So shut up, Q, open the box. Ah, we just knocked the camera with that. There we go. So we start off, we've got, yep, full moon magic. I did not look at it. First thing we get is our pin, and we've got, ooh, it's an owl pin. There's our owl pin. Very cute. That does not hint to me anything about the book yet. So I've got something in this pouch here that says, a dreamer is one who can only find his way by moonlight. Oh, something wooden. Oh, cute. Oh, that's so cute. I kind of want to paint it. We've got possibly some jewelry. Oh, it's a bracelet that probably will not fit me. Okay, no, it does. It works. Ignore the scab on my wrist. It's this little coppery blood or rose gold moon bracelet. Okay, I don't wear bracelets that often, but it fit me, which is rare because I have giant wrists. I mean, I have giant everything. We all know that. We've got, is it a tote bag? Yes, a tote bag that said the moon is a loyal companion. There's our tote bag. I don't know what anything is from yet. The pouch is from Oscar Wilde. The tote bag is from Shatter Me. Bracelet is from Winterwood, which I haven't read yet. Ooh, we got a notebook. A little notebook, which is good because I need a new one. It says, with freedom, books, flowers, and the moon, who could not be happy? Oscar Wilde. God. Oh, there's a puzzle. It's Moony. It's Remus Lupin. Remus Lupin. All right, we're at the book. Am I correct? Not looking. Is it Bone Crier's Moon? Yeah, I'm right! 3 for 3! Hell yeah! Ooh, I love this cover of it. It's so shiny. Look how shiny that is. Sorry. And look at the edges. They're all gold. Golden edges. Bone Criers have a sacred duty. They alone can keep the dead from preying on the living. But their power to ferry the spirits of the dead into Goddess Alara's night heavens or Tyrus's underworld comes from sacrifice. The gods demand a promise of dedication at the cost of the Bone Crier's one true love. Here we go. I was so right. Right, what's next month? Next month's theme is Rebels with a Cause. Sneak peek. Oh, it'll include a graphic novel from Oni Press. 2 books in one box. Rebels with a Cause. Rebels with a Cause. I don't know. Maybe 6 Angry Girls? Is that still, I don't think that's out yet. Or We Are the Wildcats. But I think We Are the Wildcats has already come out. I don't know. I'm not confident on this one. Okay, there you go. Here's my Owl Crate box of April. Let's continue forward with all the other books that I bought in April. Like I said, I bought like 60 books. I have them all in alphabetical order right now because I had to pull them from my shelf and look at my Excel sheet because nerd, and they're obviously in alphabetical order there, so I pulled them in order. They're no longer in order of where I bought them from. I don't actually remember where I bought everybody from at this point. I know a couple of them, but anyway, yes, some of these are Book Outlet, of course they are, but they keep extending their sales and stuff. So if you don't know what Book Outlet is though, go check them out for severely discounted books. You can use my little referral code down below once you get your first order. Then I also get some points from that, so I appreciate you guys doing that. Anyway, let's go on with the books. First off, we have Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. This is a very famous book about rape culture that I have never read but want to. It's a very short book, so I'm hoping for a few readathons to be able to read that. Next up, we have The Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh, which is like vampires in New Orleans, I believe. That's as much as I know. All I know is I like Renee Ahdieh's writing, so of course. The Burning Shadow by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the sequel to The Darkest Star, which I already own, so now I have this one. Then I bought some classics, so I have 3 Jane Austens here that I bought as a Paper Mill Press version. Pride and Prejudice, Persuasion, and Emma. I also have Sense and Sensibility and Jane Eyre at home already of Paper Mill Press. So there's just adding to a very colorful collection that I wanted. Starry Eyes by Jen Bennett. Is this one where they get lost in the woods? Yeah, this is a contemporary, as you can see, but these 2 former best friends get stuck in the woods together, so I wonder what's gonna happen. I don't know. Then we have Far from the Tree by Robin Benway. This, I believe, deals with siblings who don't actually know that they are siblings because they were, I don't know, were they all given up for adoption or something, but it's a little family story that seems like it'll be a little hard-hitting and cute when I get in that mood for one of that. This one I know I got from Townie Books at Crested Butte, but that is Lovely War by Julie Berry. I love The Passion of Dulce by Julie Berry. This one is a story from the perspective of Aphrodite telling these love stories. I think there's also an LGBT love story in this, I'm not sure, but a lot of people are raving about this, so I definitely want to continue with Julie Berry's writing. I think she's amazing, and there's another book on the back that I don't know. All the Truth That's in Me. Okay, another Julie Berry I'll have to pick up. The Last Life of Prince Alistair, which is the sequel to The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding, which I haven't read yet, but now I have both. This is a middle grade novel dealing with a little demon, I believe, so cute. The Hawkweed Prophecy by Irina Brignall, and I actually don't remember what this one is about at all, but it seems very pretty and deals with a prophecy, obviously. Someone being the queen of witches, so this one's a little witchy. Okay, a witchy book. Sword and Pen by Rachel Kane. This is the 5th book in the Great Library, which is a series that I really want to read this year. I have the other 4 up there, but this is the latest one. There might be another one coming out already, but this is Sword and Pen. It's the latest one, yay! Then we have Into the Crooked Place by Alexandra Christo, which it just looks so spooky. I actually got this as a free ebook a while ago, but I ran out on my rental of it, so they found the physical book of it, but I think it is kind of spoopy. This deals with some crooks, some criminals coming together, maybe, kind of Six of Crozies, I'm not sure. We'll see what we get out of that one. Love is Both Wave and Particle by Paul Cody, a little contemporary romance I don't really know much about. I thought it looked cute, and I love, you know, blending some sciencey stuff with a contemporary. I always think it's an interesting take on contemporary. Grave Maidens by Kelly Kuhn. I have been waiting for this book. It looks really, really good. Again, it deals with some sisters. It deals with obviously some more spookier stuff going on. I think this cover is great. I am very excited to read Grave Maidens. I hope I get to it soon, but The Odds of Lightning by Jocelyn Davies. I don't know if this is romance, but it is a contemporary novel. I think it's kind of a coming of age one that might have a little bit of romance in it, but I think it's more about the story of friendship more than anything. The Good Luck Girls by Charlotte Nicole Davis kind of is a group of girls who escape being sold into this called a welcome house, I think. Kind of banding together to survive, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but it looks very, very interesting. And Danielle Clayton blurbed it, so I love Danielle Clayton. Driving by Starlight by Anat Darasin. This is another contemporary, I believe. It's also set in Saudi Arabia, and they kind of have a little bit of rebellion going on, it looks like. So another kind of coming of age contemporary story that looks like it's going to be good. Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore. This one should be some fun. I think this is also some more alternative history, Lady Spies in 1879. I've seen a lot of people talking about this book. It should be a fun time. Somewhere Only We Know by Maureen Gu. This is another contemporary dealing with a girl who is a K-pop star, and I think a paparazzi who end up maybe falling in love. I'm not sure, but it seems like it should be pretty cute, even though I'm not into the whole K-pop scene as so much anymore, but it should still be pretty fun. And A Burning by Shanna Hale, which is the second book in the books of Bayern, I believe. I don't think they have to be read in order, but I'm not sure. I think they're all companion novels. But now I have 3 of the 4 that I need. I still need Forestborn. I think that's the last one I don't own yet. How to Find Love in a Bookshop by Veronica Henry. Contemporary, romance, books. Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. Zero Bomb by M.T. Hill. And this one seems like it's gonna be a little weird, but I like a little weird sometimes. I've got a little duology, I believe. So we have Winterglass and Spindlefire. This is the first book. Sorry, Spindlefire is the first book. Winterglass is the second. I believe this is a retelling of Sleeping Beauty. I mean, Spindle and Fire, I mean, that makes sense. But they are a little duology. I don't know if they are, but they are by Lexa Hillier. Sorry, I didn't say that before. It looked really cute, and it was like $1, so you know me, if it's $1, I'll pick it up. Then I finally got a copy of Cruel Beauty by Rosamund Hodge. I ordered this book last year, and the box that I had ordered it in got lost in the mail, so I never received it, and then it came back in stock, so I grabbed me one, and now I have both of the duology in this. It just says her mission was to kill him, her destiny was to love him, so I'm a sucker for it. We'll see how much I like it. The Librarian of Auschwitz by Antonio Iturbe. This is based on a true story, so I'm not a huge fan of reading about World War II stories, but I've heard a lot of great things about this book, and again, it deals with books and book history and stuff, so that kind of intrigues me the most out of it. Just kind of like every time you think historical fiction, there's just so much for World War II, and there are a lot of other periods of time that I'd like to read about. I'm not trying to bash World War II historical fiction books, but there's just so many of them that you end up getting overwhelmed, you know? Reign of Shadows by Sophie Jordan, which I finally have the first book because I have the second one, but I couldn't get my hands on the first one. Now I do. I actually don't remember what this one is about, but I do really like the cover of it, if you can see it well. More Than We Can Tell by Bridget Kemmerer. I don't know anything about this. I just knew it was by Bridget Kemmerer, and because I was reading A Curse So Dark and Lonely at the time that I got this, I was like, I'm gonna buy whatever she writes because I'm really loving A Curse So Dark and Lonely, or I already did love it because I finished it, so I had to get my hands on that, along with A Heart So Fierce and Broken, which is the sequel to A Curse So Dark and Lonely, and I'm very excited to read this. I'm really nervous and scared to read this, but I don't care. We're gonna read it. Ugh, we're like halfway there. The Matchmaker's List by Sonia Lally, another contemporary romance dealing with an Indian family, Indian immigrant community, looks like, and dealing with, I think, possibly arranged marriage. I'm not sure entirely, but it should be a good fun time. The other Paper Mill Press book that I picked up was The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. I've never actually read the book, but I was in the play, so I kind of know it, but you know, there are differences when you get a musical adaptation of a classic novel, so there you go. Also, it's really pretty. I love it. The Gracier by Kim Liggett deals with the power of beauty as well, and I'm a little nervous about that and what the book might be saying about that. Hopefully it's gonna have a better message than, you know, you gotta be beautiful, but we'll see. Libba Bray did like it, so if Libba Bray liked it, there's a good chance I'll like it. Not If I See You First by Eric Lindstrom. This is another contemporary romance which deals with blindness as well. So it's a good representation. Well, I don't know if it's good representation yet, but it has representation for the blind, and I am interested to see how this will play out. Sanctuary by Karen Lix. So this deals with a space prison guard who ends up getting captured by the prisoners and stuff in space. So a little bit maybe Con Air in space, I'm not sure. The Princess in the Opal Mask by Jenny Lundquist. I am not sure. It was only like $1. So I'm a little hesitant about this book. I'm anticipating it to be kind of an okay read. This one I think also kind of deals with possible facial deformities, so we'll see what happens in this one. Dark and Deep is read by Anna Marie McLemore. This is her latest release and I was so happy I got it. It's currently on my May TBR if you've already seen my May TBR video. This deals with the myth of, or not the myth, but the old fairy tale of the dancing slippers, I think, where you put on the slippers and then you don't stop dancing until you die. This has a dual timeline perspective and it's Anna Marie McLemore, so I already know I'm going to love it. I mean, that's just how it works. I bought a comic! I bought Mad Max Fury Road by George Miller. Also by Mark Sexton, Nico Lathoris, Tristan Jones, and Riccardo Burchielli. It's a prelude, it's a prologue to Mad Max Fury Road, which is a movie that I absolutely loved, and I think it'll be just a really fun, quick read to have for a good readathon. I love Fury Road. I have a sticker on the back of my car that says my other car is a war rig, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time. Airborne by Kenneth Oppel, which is I think it's steampunk. It might be steampunk, something like that. We'll see. But I do have some of his other stuff on my TBR. I think I have one of his books at my house too. Our Lady of the Streets by Tom Pollock. This is the third book in the Skyscraper Throne trilogy. I don't actually own the first two books, but I figured I should just grab it while it was there since there was like only one copy, and I'll just wait and see if I get the other two, which is The City Sun and The Glass Republic. So at least I have the third one. Bruise by Cindy Pon, which is the sequel to Want. This is another sci-fi book that I don't really know too much about. I think it deals with cyborgs or androids or something like that. Burning Glass by Catherine Purdy, who wrote Bonecrier's Moon. So I jumped the gun and got her other book. Don't really know much about it, but it looked good enough to grab. The Bronte Plot by Catherine Ray. This is another contemporary romance, I believe. So this deals with a bookseller who, through some random happenstance, ends up at the Bronte house. So she hires a consultant for a London literary and antiques excursion, which leads her to the Bronte house, and I assume shenanigans happen. And another book that's on my current May TBR is Lifestyles of Gods and Monsters by Emily Roberson. This is a retelling of Theseus and the Minotaur, so we have Ariadne here on the cover, which is great because my work in progress I'm working on also deals with Theseus and the Minotaur, so hey, fun time. Jonathan Unleashed by Meg Rosoff. This deals with puppies. I'm normally very scared to read dog stories, but this is a contemporary romance, so I feel like it'll be okay for the dog. It better be. And we have The Winter's Kiss and The Winter's Crime by Marie Rutkowski, which is the sequel to The Winter's Curse. So now I have the entire trilogy of a book series that came out a while ago that a lot of people did seem to love and still love. So I'm hoping I also love them. Then we've got Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. I have not read Skyward yet, but the sequel came out and I got it for cheap, so why not? Here's another dog book that I got, and that is Life on the Leash by Victoria Shade. This is another contemporary romance, and I am hoping that all the dogs are fine. I don't know if I can handle it if they're not. This might be a point where I have to DNF if a dog dies. The Near Witch by V.E. Schwab. I actually haven't read anything by Victoria Schwab yet, but I really want to. And I have a few of her books already. I just need to get them on my TBR. The Fountains of Silence by Ruta Sepidis. This is another one I bought from Townie Books. I remember getting this one from them as well. This deals with Spain in 1957. Yes, Madrid in 1957, so it is a historical fiction, but it's not really World War II, it's 1957, so it's a little bit out of that whole time period. So, and I don't know much about Spain in general. I know that my favorite tennis player is from Spain. That's what I got. But By the Book by Julia Sonneborn, which again, contemporary romance dealing with books. Yeah. The Taming of the Drew by Stephanie Kate Strom, which is a retelling of The Taming of the Shrew, and I really like The Taming of the Shrew. It's one of my favorite kind of classic plays, but Stephanie Kate Strom also wrote Love a la Mode, which I really enjoyed, so I'm hoping she does a good job with this interpretation. 99% Mine by Sally Thorne. This is a pretty popular contemporary romance. I was hesitant to pick it up. I'm not sure about how I'll feel about it, but I felt that same way with like The Bride Test and stuff, which are different authors, but a lot of booktubers that I like really do like this book. I think one of my stupid reasons that I didn't pick it up is this haircut. I'm not a fan of that haircut. And like, there's a couple haircuts that when characters get, especially in like movies and stuff, I'm like, I hate that haircut so much, and this is one of them. It works on some people, but I'm just not a fan of that. Sorry if you have that haircut, but it's that one, and then it's like the helmet haircut, like how the Wasp had it in the first Ant-Man movie. Hate that haircut so much. I think it's the absolute worst haircut on literally everyone. That's just a stupid thing by yours truly. Then I've got another duology, The Wren Hunt and The Wicker Light by Mary Watson. I originally bought The Wicker Light thinking it was a standalone, and then I was like, oh no, it's not. And Book Outlet luckily had the first one, so I got both of them. But look, I literally bought these for the covers. I mean, come on. They're really pretty, and I super appreciate them. I don't know what they're about, but we'll see. It doesn't seem like I'm very smart when I buy books. I'm just kind of like, why not? Throw it in the cart. I get it. I have a problem. House of Ivy and Sorrow by Natalie Whipple. And again, I don't know what this is about, but I think it's going to be possibly magical realism dealing with possible witches. So I'm not sure. I do also really love the cover of this. Fight or Flight by Samantha Young. I was also a little nervous for this one because it deals with people who don't like each other but are sleeping together. They meet and have like a rendezvous on the plane and then find out that they're gonna hang out a lot more. And it's not the relationship that I usually like to read about. I'm gonna give it a chance because I've heard good things about it. We'll see. We're almost there. We've got Girls with Sharp Sticks by Suzanne Young. I like Suzanne Young's writing. I liked it in the program series. I've heard mixed reviews about Girls with Sharp Sticks, but we'll see how I feel about this one. Also need to finish reading the program series. Don't know when that's gonna happen. Lastly, we have American Street by E.B. Zavoy. This is a really popular book that I just haven't gotten a chance to read and should be good at some point to read. Woo! Okay, there we go. That's all the books that I bought in April. I'm trying to do better. I have not done a lot of May. But of course, as I film this, it's May 2nd. So of course I haven't bought anything yet. It's just an owl crate. I have like 2 books in an owl crate. That's all I've done. I do have pre-orders happening though. But I'm gonna try to be good and not do a lot of Book Outlet shopping. No promises though. What books did you guys buy in April? Put them down below. Of course, you guys can always reach me on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. And of course, you can always check out my Ko-fi page and commission me to do certain things or just donate a couple bucks here and there to support me as a content creator. I said that really weird. But anyway, I'll see you next time, cuties. Bye!